Sorry.
Don't worry. No one's gonna have any idea what we were just laughing about, but that's gonna make it magical.
We'll probably bring it up. Sorry.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. People that are watching who may not know, please introduce yourself. That would be lovely.
So my name is Emily Capell. Hello. That's it. Is that what, did you want an interesting fact?
Yeah, if you want, yeah, dish them out. It's all.
What can I do as my interesting fact? So my interesting fact about me, and I always say this, is that I was born on Easter Sunday. So technically, there's quite a big chance I could be the second coming. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a bold statement.
You were just having shepherd's pie as well. It all does link up in some way or another.
I finished the shepherd's pie now. Look.
That's gonna be the thumbnail of the video. That's that. This is a very sort of, what time is it now? 7 o'clock. It's a late night interview for your gig this Saturday at the Horn. Is this your first gig back first proper gig with the audience since whatever the hell happened earlier on this year?
Yeah. So my first sort of proper gig back.
I mean, like, with the sound that you have on the albums, which I listened to all last night before I crashed out, I love that sort of vibe. No, it's good. I love it. I do love it. I mean, like, I know, obviously, it's always brought up when you bring it to yourself, and it's awesome. The whole comparisons of Joe Strummer and The Clash, and it comes out more in the attitude and the sound, and I love that. Like, I love you singing about how Morrissey's a racist. That is hilarious to me. I love the Smiths. Like, it's just gorgeous.
I love the Smiths too, yeah. And so that line is, oh my god, it's been such a long time I can't remember it. And who'd have thought that Morrissey, and so it used to be, who'd have thought that Morrissey would turn out to be a racist? But my management were like, can you put the word might or the word maybe in there, just so we're covered in case Morrissey gets a bit cross. So it used to be, who'd have thought that Morrissey turn out to be a racist, and then it was like, who'd have thought that Morrissey might have turned out as, yeah, so that's very important that we put that might in there.
I mean, okay, fair enough, because when I first saw the title, I was like, oh, is this like a nice, like, sweet close of someone she knows? No, it's not. It's a semi-sneaky middle finger in a way. But no, like, it's just so sweet. And I mean, like, the sound of the album has that attitude and that sort of big band Blondie / Amy Winehouse / like Sister Slay sort of feeling, like that was reigns in. And I love it so much. But like with the gig, it's acoustic this Saturday. Yeah. How do you manage to tone that down? Is it natural? Is it a challenge to like take on songs which would have that big band sound? If that makes sense. That was terrible English.
Yeah, no, it does make sense. It's harder. Do you know what's the hardest thing is that the length changes.
Yeah.
So I can't do the same amount of songs. So where there should be a guitar solo, my songs get shorter. So I have to do like 50 billion more songs because otherwise my songs are so short without them. That's tricky. But no, because I think I'm quite hot on lyrics, so it's quite nice to be super lyrical and like get that across.
Yeah.
When it's just me. Yeah. So yes and no. Like, I haven't gigged with the boys I miss them so much, but that's like COVID restrictions and stuff. So there's not much we can do. But I don't prefer it, but I don't hate it. I quite like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely love how you like it all shine on the wittiness and just like the comedy of the lyrics, because it's just so like natural when it flows so like sweetly. I was charmed by it because I love stuff like a little bit of Lily Allen, stuff like Nick Cave, Tom Waits, where it's like these conversations in a way get thrown in, and that's like I picked up on that, and that was so cool. So like, is there, other than the obvious, is there anything else that gets thrown into the mix when writing? I'm curious because there's so much like just goodness in there.
Who I really like lyric wise, there's a lady called Kirsty McCall who I talk about all the time, and she did the bells on the NYPD are singing the Christmas song.
That's her. Yeah.
That's her. But she also had her own kind of stuff going on, and she was very tongue in cheek, and I quite like her lyrically. I think she's really cool. But I listen. There's loads of really cool poetry as well, like the John Cooper Clarke stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Kate Tempest is also great for that.
They are really good at it.
Are they? I didn't know.
Oh no, you're frozen.
Oh, so have you.
Yeah,
oh no. Oh, I didn't know
No,
about the
you're.
bands. You're back
Mm,
now. Okay,
yep.
cool.
I
You
just
caught
had a
that.
cheeky bit of shepherd's pie
I
while we
respect
rode.
that so much. No, I think that's golden. I can edit that out if you want, but like,
Don't it out. This is
right.
me. Look, who cares? If you want to come to my gig and you want to eat shepherd's pie at the same time,
Substantial meal,
I'm not
mate.
gonna have anything like.
Come on, mate. That's so cool. I'm surprised I forgot who Kirsty McCall is. Fucking idiot now. But yeah, in regards to that sound as well as the aesthetic, right now at uni, that this may go off on a tangent, but I'll get to the point. Right now, I'm writing a dissertation about subcultures in film, and I'm writing a lot about the mod and the rockers sort of clashes and quadrophenia and all that. And that's like, and sonically and like in terms of fashion as well, that's what you rein in. What attracts you to that, and how do you sort of manifest that in some of a present day setting? Because you do it again, it's done so well. It's just
Yeah, I kind of just take what I like and run with it. I don't think I would work in a proper subculture because I just take what I like and then I do. So I don't stick to like the rules, and subcultures can be they can be such a double-edged sword because
they're quite fascistic. They're very tight. You have to be that, and you have to be that. Yeah,
you totally do. And when I was 17, 18, I went and played at the Barfly in Camden Town. It's called the Camden Assembly now.
Yeah.
And I played with a really amazing rockabilly band called the Caesars. Nice. And they were really awesome, like so good. And they wore white matching suits and they loved Elvis and they had big quiffs. They were so good. And they were like my age as well. And they wanted it in their set. They did it. Do you remember Plan B?
Yeah.
They did a Plan B cover, and the Rockabillys hated it, and they didn't want them to do anything other than the rockabilly stuff. And so then they released an album and they called it Welcome to the Mainstream, and they were going to go, it was so cool, and it was like a little bit of now and a little bit of rockabilly and this, that. Nice. And they went on tour with Vaccines, they went on tour with that, they were going to be massive, but the rockabillys turned against them.
Jeez.
And they lost like, I want to say like 75% of their fan base. And so it's such a double-edged sword. And as much as they've gone on and they've done really amazing things, all four of them. But like, I'm glad I saw that because I'm not glad it happened to them. I'm glad I saw it because although you can go, oh yeah, I'm a mod or I'm a punk or I'm a skinhead or I'm a star girl, like whatever. If you get it wrong, those people will turn against you, and you have to be so careful. And like because of I think it's because of my hair and because I dress up. A lot of people put me in the mod group sometimes, but like I've been spat at by mods.
I'm so sorry.
No, please don't be sorry.
No, that still sucks though. You know, in general human being experience, that's so horrible.
Isn't it? Because like I don't have the right shoes and it's just like, nah, I can't bother with that. So I'll take the little bits that I like, and then,
I appreciate that, and
then I'll go and I'll do the other little bits that I like a bit. And also, to be honest, I'm such a big George Michael fan, I would never fit in with them. They wouldn't have that.
Nice. I dip my toes in both without realizing it. Like I've had people come up to me in bars and be like, because I literally, like, you can probably see in the corner, I wear a biker jacket 90% of the time, but like, am I part of a gang? No. But I've had people come up to me and be like, you can't wear that. I'm just like, what? Oh, come on. It's happened now. The death of a subculture is the whole point. It becomes commercially viable. We will buy into it. I'm sorry, it's not a cool gang anymore. It's universal.
Yeah,
and it can
I
be
agree
adapted.
with you. And I think if you and if you just take what you like, if you want to get the younger crowds as well, subculture isn't a thing to younger people anymore.
No, it's not.
So anyway, I just take what I like, and then I eat my shepherd's pie and crack on with my day.
Beautiful. I mean, like, when you got, again, you're gonna have to explain how this happened. This is mad to me. When you got the message you had to perform in front of Prince Charles and Camilla, was that just another day for you?
What do you think?
Probably not. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark.
I did, like, literally. I know Amy LeMay, who is the London Nights Czar. I'm not sure what that job is, but that's a job.
That sounds something insane.
She's basically like the head of the chief person of nightclubs of London. She's like,
oh my god,
she's super cool.
yeah.
And she's got a show on Six Music as well.
She sounds like she carries around a sword all the time.
She should do.
She should do, yeah.
She's really cool. But so and every time she rings me, it's like, will you do this? And it's like, oh my god, like the most mental thing.
Yeah.
Like, and so I was watching the Bake Off final.
Nice.
That's how cool I am. And my phone was upstairs charging, and I was downstairs watching Bake Off, and I went and looked at my phone, and she tried to contact me, and I was like, oh my, when you're like, oh god, what does she want? And she was like, a bit of a funny one. And so this was on the Tuesday. So she was like, a bit of a funny one. I've got Prince Charles and Camilla coming to the 100 Club to push grassroots music venues. Will you play for them on Thursday? So bear in mind, like,
that was that instant. It wasn't even like pre-planned. This was on the week.
Yeah, it was 2 days before.
Oh my god.
So bear in mind, I hadn't had a haircut in like 8 months. Like any of the things that you do, I hadn't done any, and I hadn't sung in like forever. Right. So yeah, so I was like, yes, of course I will. And then because of royal protocol and because of security, you can't tell anybody. Wow. So I told my nan, and I told my mum and my dad, and I had to tell my music management and my drummer who came with me. And it was just, but yeah, so there was, and then when we got to the 100 Club that day, they'd set up a table and chairs in front of us. So there was 2 chairs and a table. And I sent a photo to my friends, and I was like, guess where I am, and guess who's going to be sitting in these seats. And we'd all been watching The Crown, and my best friend Kerry texted me, and she was like, is it the Queen and Prince Philip? And I was like,
you're pretty close. You're on the ball.
Yeah, you're like, I was like, oh, I forgot, like the first text, like, I was like, oh man, I wanted him to be like guessing for ages. But it was really hard not to tell anyone, and like, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, was it like, obviously you had to be distanced, but like, was there like rules that like you couldn't like talk to them or anything, or were they just nice?
No, so they came, there was other people who were working at the venue there, and then they came round and spoke to everybody at the venue, and then they wanted to get a photo of them on the stage because it's quite an iconic stage. It's quite an iconic backdrop. Yeah. And so yeah, we spoke. We were on the stage, and they were stood next to me.
Mad.
It was mad.
That's so cool. Like, that's just like, along with the things, like I remember going through stuff last night. You've played in Cape Town, right? I mean, like, would you put up there with that? Because like taking music to other places is one thing, but then playing it in front of royalty, I feel like that kind of takes something else, like, to just whack on top of a list of accomplishments somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it was, it wasn't this. It was colder than playing in Cape Town.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
But it was, it was. I have never said, "Oh my god," more in one day.
Yeah.
Walking around, oh my god, 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 oh my god. I like literally, it's all I was saying. Yeah, it was and then it's really hard. It's just really hard because you can't tell anyone, and then. Yeah, and then it was a bit mental, but I'm so honoured I got asked to do it, and it was wicked.
Literally,
lovely as well. And I didn't ask him about The Crown. I didn't ask him.
Okay, first, I have not seen a single episode of that show, so I know nothing about any of it. I'm not cool.
Keep it that way.
You think? I'm just not cool. I'm like, I hear about popular things, not in like a way where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I just can't be bothered half the time. I've never seen Tiger King. I haven't seen The Crown.
No, I've never seen
Game of Thrones. I just don't.
I haven't seen that either.
Okay, I'm not alone then. Thank God for that.
Not alone. The Crown I have seen, but you've got like lights in your room, like around the bed. You're much cooler than I am. I've got an empty plate of shepherd's pie.
Yeah, but you can get away with that because you play to Prince Camilla and John.
It's true. Yeah, if someone comes in now, like, so what? Who cares about that?
I played to royalty. Just middle fingers up to them. Look, these were 15 quid on Amazon. I can't. That's something else entirely. I can't. That's. This is just for showing. Right.
Well, I think you're cool anyway.
I think you're pretty cool too. Cheers. Thanks. My mum thinks you're cool as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mentioned it to my mum, like, oh, she was like, oh, who are you interviewing tonight? I'm like, oh, Emily Capell. Like, I think you might have saw her on TV. She's like, yeah, I did. So she knew about you before I did. Yeah, because I'm an old man. I don't really watch news or anything. I'm like on my phone all the time. I'm just like, I don't know
We
what's
didn't know
going
it was
on.
going to be on the news. There was like,
Oh, right.
so because of social distancing, they could only have one of everybody in. So they had one photographer, one journalist,
like a roulette.
Literally. And so we didn't know. And so they were like, oh, we're going to send it out to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that mean? Like, who's going to... So we didn't know where it was going to go, and it just happened to go on ITV News. But also, if it's a slow news day, and also, like, what if something had happened and then I'd have been like, guess what, I'm going to be on the news, and then...
Didn't happen.
Yeah. I'd have been well annoyed.
I sounded quite rude then. My mum knew before I did. Sorry, I didn't mean to. When I was saying that, I was
that's
like...
not rude at all. That's super cool, my mum. You got a very cool mum.
She's all right. She could be all right. Yeah, she's decent. I like to think. Right. Last few quick questions before I kick you off, and you can enjoy the rest of the... I don't know how much have you got left of the pie. It's gone, right?
You know what? I'm going to go get some more. There's more downstairs.
All right. Okay. So before you go enjoy that, last few quick questions. Is there anything new coming? Anything you want to promote or chat about at all?
So we've got the second album should be out at the end of the year. I say that. We keep going into attempt to record it and to attempt to do some proper rehearsals and writing sessions, and then another bloody lockdown happened. So they're there, but I mean, who knows? But we do have a track coming out for Record Store Day, which is in April.
Oh, sick.
We do have one of those, which will be really exciting. So we've got that at the moment. And then, not really anything, because I haven't got any gigs. So, well, I have, but everything keeps being pushed back. We're supposed to, so we'll go out on tour with Madness.
Oh, yeah, I saw that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
That will hopefully happen in June and November, next November.
Man, that sucks. They have to wait that long again. Again, I'm sorry. That's so sucky. That's so...
Do you know, they cancelled the Madness tour less than 24 hours before we were due to do the first gig.
Okay.
So it was like, and also
That's
first...
tight.
It was so tight. And the first gig was in Dubai. So I know. So I'd packed to go to Dubai and I had to unpack a suitcase. They rang in the morning, and it was going to be the next morning that we were getting the cab to the airport. Yeah. And so they rang and they were like, it's off. And I remember it was the week of Crufts, you know, the dog show.
I'm going to say no, got to be honest.
Oh my God, right. So
I love Dachshunds. I want a Dachshund so bad, but I don't.
Right, well, you should know about Crufts.
I'm sorry.
Like, every year there's this massive dogs show where they show all the dogs, and Claire Baldwin does it. I can't believe you've never heard of Crufts.
No.
But anyway, the Crufts happened. They didn't cancel Crufts, but they cancelled my gig.
That's
and like
disgusting.
all these little dachshunds were like hanging out together, and I was like,
just staring at them.
Damn you, all these dachshunds. I want to be hanging out with Madness in Dubai, and I'm here looking at you lot all hanging out together.
Oh my God. I think that's the one instance I'll be mad at a dog. You know what I mean? Like a cute dog. I think that's the one time I would actually be angry at one.
That was the one time I've been angry at a cute dog.
Hopefully this Saturday there'll be a little bit of
most revenge. Certainly.
Just a little bit of something. We hope we can have that.
Just mate. I'm so excited. I don't care.
Mate, I'm gutted I'm not going now. I feel like I've missed out. I'm so upset.
It's sold out. It's sold out very quickly.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get some more. We should get some more. Definitely.
Yeah, just sit me in the back by myself, just like with a pint. Just like chilling. Like, yeah. Right. Last real quick question. Is there any new music, a local one close to you, or like an up-and-coming band you want to recommend? A song, album, anything at all?
So I'm not too far away from St Albert. Where are you right now?
I'm in sunny old Watford.
Oh,
wait, where are
I'm
you?
in Harrow.
Hey, not Luton. Awesome.
Not Luton. No, do you support Watford?
Oh, I mean, I guess I do. Yeah. So
Oh,
what you said, are
okay.
you still
Oh,
there?
yeah.
So yeah.
I thought you'd hate Luton if you were a Watford fan.
Oh no, I was partly joking. I don't want to get beat up. I'm not. Look at me. I'm like 6 foot tall, ginger, and I'm weedy. I'll get done in. I'm awful.
Oh, you could take anyone. I'm only 5'1". Anyway, so yeah, St Albans isn't too far from me, and Watford certainly isn't too far from me. I'm gonna have to say, local to St Albans, there's a really cool girl called Hope Russell Winter.
Yeah.
And she basically shares. I borrowed her band for a recording session, and we share a drummer.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's doing really incredible things, and she's awesome, and I love her and everything that she's doing. I think she's great. And also there's Joe Slater, who supported us on the Combat Frock tour that we did.
Yeah.
He's really cool as well. I think we should get behind. I love Joe with my whole heart, but if there's girls out there that are doing it, I'm like,
yeah. Have you heard King Violet or seen them before? All girl rock band. They're kind of like, I'd put them in a mix between The Cure and the other band just escaped me. But yeah, they run me a lot of The Cure. All girl band. I'm good friends. They're like St Albans. Yeah.
Oh.
They just released their second single recently. Yeah, and they're so good. So good.
The nice thing about St Albans is that there's so many venues. Obviously, the Horn is my favourite one, but there's so many pubs, so much stuff you can do. As a musician, there's loads of stuff going on.
You can dive in. There's gonna be scenes in a year's time. If we're lucky, there's gonna be like, I keep saying this in every episode, but it gets so exciting to think about. It's just gonna be mad.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be mental. I'm gonna get involved. You want to get involved? Everyone's gonna get involved. It's gonna be sick.
I'm definitely gonna get involved. You've got to find out what Crufts is first.
I'm sorry. I know.
And then I'll let you get involved.
Oh, okay, I appreciate that. Cheers. I'll do it. I promise. I'll drop you a line. I'll let you know when you can open the door for me. I appreciate that.
Will do.
Awesome. Right. Thank you very much tonight. This has been great.
It was lovely to talk to you, and I will see you eventually when, I don't know.
Whenever things aren't.
Yeah. I love it to talk to you.
Good luck Saturday. Cheers.
Thank you, my love. Bye.